Nintendo's September Direct was defined by surprising returns from the Nintendo Vault. Classics from the past that we didn't think we'd ever see again.
But while Donkey Kong and Paper Mario fans were treated to remakes of older fan favorites, F-Zero fans received something else entirely. A new F-Zero game.
Talk about a slap in the face. They could have at least ported the GameCube or arcade game.
F-Zero 99 was not what anyone was expecting. And if we're being honest, it's not what anyone was hoping for either.
At first glance, this appears to be a rehash of a 30-year-old Super Nintendo game, and simultaneously the fourth game in Nintendo's occasionally interesting but overall kind of forgettable 99 series.
Really wish we just got an actual F-Zero game. What a joke, LOL.
What is that? What are you doing?
Reading comments from the F-Zero 99 announcement. Was hoping for a new game, or at least a GX remake. This looks utterly pointless.
A lot of people were pretty disappointed to see the once big-budget F-Zero series return in the form of a throwback. As intriguing as it was to see a new Mode 7 racing game in 2023, initial reaction was mixed at best. But once people got their hands on it and started playing, the conversation gradually shifted from "why did they do this?" to "how did they do this?"
As it turns out, F-Zero 99 is a masterpiece of game design. It sidesteps the issues of the previous 99 game by replacing the single-player plus attack option approach with a racing game. All your opponents are right there on the track, and the ways you can interact with them are obvious and intuitive.
The chaos of having too many cars on the track has always been part of the series' DNA, but there's a lot more going on here. The biggest new addition to the F-Zero formula is the Skyway, which lets you occasionally escape that chaos and fly mostly unchallenged over the traffic for a few seconds.
The genius of the Skyway is the way that it's intrinsically linked to the overcrowding that's at the heart of the experience. Escaping the anarchy is your reward for participating in it.
Sorry, Nintendo. I'm still not subscribing to your online extortion racket. $30 to play a 30-year-old game is ridiculous.
You fill up that Skyway meter by collecting power pellets, and the only way those are created is through collisions. The closer you are to the action, the faster it fills up.
This is also how the game balances itself. If you're further back, you get more pellets. If you're right out in front, there's essentially none.
Mario Kart has been trying to perfect this catch-up formula for years, mostly by controlling which items you get and reserving the best ones for those in last place. It technically works, and we've all kind of accepted it for what it is, but it's an obviously forced solution. F-Zero's Skyway is in stark contrast by being a natural outcome of the game's core gameplay mechanics. It's genius.
I'm glad I'm proven right, and Nintendo doesn't give a flip about F-Zero despite everyone begging for it.
Pair all that with series staples like tight controls, perfectly balanced cars with stats that actually change how you play, and a boost that drains your shield in one of gaming's all-time great risk-reward mechanics, and you've got one of the best playing racing games ever.
And if that was all it was, we'd be pretty impressed. But all that galaxy-brained gameplay design is just the backdrop for the real breakthrough here: online multiplayer.
It's no secret that Nintendo has struggled with online over the years. Between a lack of voice chat, latency issues, and some frankly baffling decisions about how to structure an online service, online play has been a stain on Nintendo's reputation for decades.
F-Zero 99 isn't a silver bullet solution for all of Nintendo's online problems, but for the first time in, well, probably ever, it feels like they're really onto something. Like, we're actually optimistic about Nintendo's online future.
F-Zero is back in Pog form.
F-Zero is online in a way that's deeply satisfying to players, but still feels like a Nintendo product. For years, we've thought the only way for Nintendo to catch up online is to abandon everything they've done and just replace it with a clone of Xbox Live.
I am now loading Acclaim's Revolt.
The online in this game isn't just good, it's phenomenal. The gameplay is designed entirely around interacting with other players, but it's done in a way that doesn't need voice chat. There's so little latency that the experience is effectively seamless. And the timed events make it feel like you're participating in a community.
We're pretty excited about what this means for the future of Nintendo's online efforts. It feels like they've really found their voice in this area and are positioned well to build on that going forward.
I really cannot overstate how much of an achievement F-Zero 99 is. It's easily Nintendo's best online game, ever. It's probably the best game in the whole F-Zero series. And it's almost certainly the most impactful game that Nintendo has released all year. And that's a year that has Tears of the Kingdom in it.
Looks great. GX would have been better, though. Correction, I just played it. It's incredible.
F-Zero!